Okay, shall we start? Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah. So as we have seen that in last 2-3 months there has been so many things are happening between India and China over the LAC issue. So we have seen that both India and China are trying to solve the issue through twin channels, that is through diplomatic as well as what you can say the military way. So army briefs government on LAC talks with PLA. Then that is Liberation Army of the China, and here Delhi prepares for a long haul military diplomatic engagements to continue. Official says concerns conveyed. MEA underlines Modi-Xi agreement. So we have seen that that there is a mechanism established between India and China for such border disputes. So if there are any such border dispute, then there is an what you can say the dispute resolution mechanism between India and China through diplomatic way as well as through what we can say military way. So we are trying to resolve those what we can say the contestations between both India and China, and we are trying to solve the disputes. Right. So that is what going on. So that is why I have given you one question like few days back that the border disputes are very sensitive and that needed to be solved. What you can say what you can say in a mutually trusted manner. Both China and India should try to solve this issue in a mutually trusted manner. So read this article, keep it in, and as I told you that this topic comes under the paper 3, that is called border management. So in paper 3 there is one topic called issues related to border management in India. So here right side there is one news that is called as BRO seeks workers for Ladakh, Jharkhand asks for better deal for them. So BRO, anyone knows what is this BRO? Yes, Sonali, what is BRO?
It is border roads or
Sir, border road something.
Yeah, it's a
Border
border
road
road
organization.
organization. So it's what this organization do? What is the responsibility of this border road organization, or what they exactly do? What is the function of BRO? Yes, can anybody tell me? BRO is an organization which builds roads at the border areas, because most of the time the border areas are like what you can say mountainous region or deserts, or what you can say they are what you can say the remote areas. So that's the reason what I can say there is a dedicated organization which what you can say builds roads at the border areas. So that organization is called as BRO. So as we see that China is building some roads at the border areas. China is having a huge what you can say the what you can say infrastructure capability to build their roads in the border areas. So already they have started building roads in the border areas. So even India wants to create a border or road infrastructure at the border area. So that is why as BRO 6 worker, because we need workers to build roads at the Ladakh region. So BRO 6 workers for Ladakh, Jharkhand asks for for better deal for them. So obviously majority of the workers who will going to work for the BRO for building the roads in the in this Ladakh region, they are going from Jharkhand. So Jharkhand may be looking for more what you can say better deal for their workers. It may be that. So here what you need to know, you need to go and check it out. What is BRO and how border road organization works and how it is important in border management of India. So in paper 3 there is one topic called, yes, anyone is having paper 3 with you, just check it out, the last topic in the internal security challenges. So that all last topic is there. If you are having a syllabus, just check it out. What is
Yes, sir.
yes? What is
Security challenges and their management in border areas, linkage of organized crime with terrorism.
Right. So you need to know that how the border areas are managed, what are the challenges which are being faced at the border areas. So BRO is one such dedicated organization which what you can see is being created to only look for what you can say building roads at the border area. That is why it is called as BRO. Fine. Check. Going to the next, spending money abroad. April marks 50-month low at $499 million. So over 65% dip in education and travel expenses compared to last year. So obviously now people have what you can say spending less in the foreign countries. That is, there is a dip in the education and travel expenses by the Indians. So it is a 50-month low at $499 million only. So what is it going to be impacted? What is the impact of what you can say Indian spending less money in the foreign, what you can say in the foreign? That is what I mentioned earlier. This dip reflects economic distress, lockdown at home, and curbs on overseas travel, because we have seen that in the last 2-3 years there were curbs on overseas traveling by the Indians. So significantly, the cut in expenses on education, medical treatment, and maintenance of relatives may endure beyond the travel ban. So even travel ban is what you can say opened up. So this dip, or this what you can say reduction in the education, health, medical treatment is going to be what you can say low as per the what you can say the economist. Check. Here there is one more article related to Island FS. Anyone knows what is this Island FS? Because this Island FS was an organization which was in problem, which was in trouble recently, like maybe 1.5 years back. This what you can say the organization was what you can say the loss. So anyone knows what is the full form of Island FS? UPSC may not ask you the full form, but you should know what is this Island FS. Sonali, do you know what is this Island FS? Do you remember that this was in the news? Why it was in the news?
Yes, sir. Because सर ती कंपनी लॉस मध्ये आहे आणि ते गव्हर्नमेंट विकायचा प्रयत्न करत आहे.
Yes. So this is a company which provides what you can say finance to the infrastructure projects in India. So this is the kind of NBFC, or this is the kind of what you can say the refinancing agency which is funding to the infrastructure projects. And this project was what this Island FS was in loss. So that is why, because Island FS was lost, because of that what has happened, the investors' money has been lost. So that is why there was no proper auditing of that Island FS. That is what is mentioned here. That auditor may not have raised red flags at Island FS behest. So Island FS जे आहे म्हणजे Island FS have not what you can say the auditor could have tell की the company is in loss and company loss आहे हे अगोदर जर सांगण्यात आलं असता तर प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह झालं असतं असं काही फॉरेन्सिक रिपोर्ट म्हणत आहेत. सो जस्ट read it out. What is the problem being faced by the infrastructure funds in India? That you need to what you can say check it out here. Going to the next. Police have suffered most casualties in Maharashtra, says Deshmukh, because we have seen that in Maharashtra, many police personnel have been infected by the COVID-19 while they are doing their duties. So that is what is mentioned by the Home Minister of Maharashtra here. Okay. Rajasthan hospital faces probe after anti-Muslim WhatsApp post by the staff. So we have seen that within this, what you can say this COVID-19 pandemic and COVID-19 crisis, there have been what you can say some communal what you can say the disposition with respect to these, or what you can say all these issues in India. That also you need to check it out. Going to the next page. So here it is mentioned that military and diplomatic engagement to continue. So you need to know that I told you that there is a twin channels through which the India is trying to solve the issue. One is through military and one is through diplomatic channels also. That you need to check it out. So if there is any question that how the problems are being solved between India and China or any other in general, then you need to know that there are various ways of solving the border disputes and international disputes. So that is what is mentioned here. So monsoon to hit state in 2-3 days. Meteorological Indian Meteorological Department has said that we have already studied about the monsoon mechanism in geography. That normally in the month of June, the monsoon winds, what you can say, comes to the India. Normally which hits to the Kerala coast at 1st of June. So it reaches in the Maharashtra maybe around 7 to 8, 7 or you can say the 8th June. So that is what we mentioned here. The monsoon is to hit in state in 2 to 3 days as per the Indian Meteorological Department's survey. So in geography, we need to study about the monsoon and monsoon mechanism and what are the different characteristics of the monsoon in India. So that we will do when we will be studying the geography. So at that time, I will discuss in detail regarding the arrival of monsoon, break in monsoon, then what you can say retreat of monsoon. So this is all about the monsoon that we will discuss when we will doing the geography. And so we have also seen that there was a what you can say the Nisarga cyclone has devastated the western coast of India. So the details of the casualties and details of the destructions have been given in here because it is a Maharashtra what you can say edition, and of course the Maharashtra name news is there here. We'll go to the editorial and explain page, which will be like national news. We can see. PDP National Conference and People's Conference call for release of all Jammu and Kashmir leaders. We have seen that many Jammu and Kashmir leaders have been arrested during the what you can say this, during the abolition of the Article 370. So many political leaders of Jammu and Kashmir have been released. Sorry, have been arrested. So now they are demanding to release those political, what you can say, the prisoners. So the election season has started in Bihar. So that is what is mentioned here. Nitish will return to power with 2/3 majority. Check. Explain page behind license retraction. Anyone knows what is this Lancet? Lancet काय है कोणाला माहित आहे का? Anyone knows? Lancet is always in the news. Lancet is a magazine. Lancet is a health magazine which always publishes some of the research in the medical, what you can say, the field. So after publishing a study raising questions on hydroxychloroquine's efficacy, we have seen that there has been one DC, what you can say, the drug, which has been what you can say popularized as a drug to the COVID-19. So after publishing a study raising questions on hydroxychloroquine's efficacy against COVID-19, the Lancet had issued a retraction. What led to this and what question does raise about the peer review process? So that is what is mentioned here. So hydroxychloroquine, whether it's really efficient or whether it has some efficacy to fight against the COVID-19 or not, that is what is discussed here. So you just need to check it out, because we have seen that hydroxychloroquine was in the news and there are some positives and negative reactions against the use of hydroxychloroquine. So what are the message from controversy? What is the controversy and why it had retracted? Retracted means it has taken its position back. So why it has done, all these things have been mentioned here. So you can just check it out. Okay, at the left side, there is one article here that how many migrants workers displaced, a range of estimates. So there are various estimations, because as we have seen that there is always a problem in India regarding the data. So we want to, what you can say, make some policies for the migrant workers in India, but we don't have the exact data, or we don't have exact information about there are how many migrant workers are there. So how many migrant workers replaced, a range of estimates. There have been various, what you can say, the estimates given here. So you just check it out. If there is any topic, or if there is any issue or any question regarding the migrant workers in India, so you can use these, what you can say, the various estimation in your essay as well as in general study answer. So if there is any specific essay regarding the migrant workers, issues of migrant workers, so in that essay, you need to give some of the figures or some of the estimates of the migrant workers in India. So these estimates, these details you can take. So Professor Amitabh Kundu and colleagues, they have also given one, what you can say, estimation. Then Chinmay Tumbe has also given some estimation. Then Dr. Noman Mazid have also given some data. So you have to take these data and just put it out. You can put it in paper 3, employment topic. Check. Then today's editorial page, undoing the damage. So that is what is mentioned here. So military talks between India and China are good beginning. Delhi must push the process forward carefully. That is what is mentioned here. This article is related to the dispute going on between India and China over a border region in Ladakh. So the military talks have already been started between India and China, and they are going in a good manner. Delhi, that is the Indian government, must push the process forward. but carefully. That is what is mentioned here. So you can cut this article and put it in India-China relations, or India, what you can say, India neighborhood relation. That is what is the topic in paper 2. So it is mentioned how the government is doing, how normally the government does, and what care we need to take care while, what you can say, having such solving such problems between India and China. Okay. You read this article. If you do not understand anything, then I'll discuss with you later on. But this is a very important article to read for India-China relations. Sonia Gandhi has written an article today. This isn't a BJP versus Congress. So that is what is she has written. The writer is a president of Indian National Congress. So my appeal to government that MNREGA is a powerful mechanism. Please use it in the people's need of time. Right? Why this article is written? Can anybody tell me why this article is written? What could be the context of writing this article by Sonia Gandhi?
Sir, because it was initiated by Manmohan Singh, and at that time it was heavily criticized by the Narendra Modi. So she is now emphasizing its importance, that it is the right time to use.
Okay. So why MNREGA was criticized by the government? Not only government, there are many scholars who have criticized the MNREGA scheme. What are the reason? What is the criticism of MNREGA Act?
So because maybe they were not aware of exactly.
No, I'm not saying why they are criticizing. I'm asking what is the reason for what you can say. What was the problem in the design of MNREGA? So it was criticized.
So maybe because of the unskilled jobs you mentioned earlier when we were discussing MNREGA, that Narendra Modi criticizes based on the joblessness, like the static joblessness, and then he proposed the idea of Skill India, which was a major fail, and that's why he criticized it that time, and now he is promoting it himself.
Yes, the MNREGA scheme was criticized because
of short period, 100 days.
Because of
short period of job, 100 days, I think.
Yeah, it has
the jobs.
Yes. You can.
It
say
has only 100
days job guarantees.
Job.
This is one of the criticism. But at the same time, the major criticism about the MNREGA was that the MNREGA was giving unskilled workers jobs to the unskilled. Sorry, you can say unskilled jobs. Even the skilled job can also go for the, like for example, अगर कोई इंजीनियर भी है, अगर वो MNREGA अगर काम मांग रहा है तो उसको वो खड्डे मारने वाला काम ही दिया जाएगा. ऐसे नहीं है कि उसको इंजीनियरिंग का काम दिया जाएगा. So why the government criticized the government? Because this MNREGA was encouraging the unskilled jobs in India, not the skilled jobs in India. And that was a major concern. That is why Narendra Modi used to say, okay, we are going to, what you can say, we are going to reduce the funding to the MNREGA and we will give it to, what we can say, to the other schemes like Skill India, or we will give this money to other. But we have seen that the major objective of MNREGA was not to, what we can say, provide job. Actually, it was major objective of creating rural demand. So what you can say, create what you can say the consumption demand in the rural areas. So that was the major objective, and that is why we can say that currently now government has, what we can say, allotted a record fund to the MNREGA scheme now, right? So during the UPS time, only 40,000 crore rupees used to be allocated for the MNREGA. Now this time, the government has allocated around more than 1 lakh crore rupees in the MNREGA scheme, because MNREGA scheme is the one which creates, what we can say, which helps in rural districts, which helps in increasing the income in the rural areas, which can consequently increase the demand in the rural areas, and the demand in the rural consumption, or what you can say, demand in the rural areas may lead to, what you can say, the economic growth of the country, right? So that is why, that is why Sonia Gandhi is saying that it is not about BJP versus Congress. Because why the BJP has stopped this, what you can say, the scheme? Because it was a Congress scheme. So it always happens, like whenever government changes, whatever the schemes are started by the earlier government, they are changed by the ruling government. Like for example, you can see that even in Maharashtra now, whatever the schemes were started by the BJP government, the state government has stopped it and they are doing it a new schemes, right? So that is why she is saying that it is not about BJP or Congress, or BJP versus Congress. It is about what? MNREGA is a powerful mechanism. Please use it in the people's time of need. That is what is mentioned here. Now the dejected workers return from cities and towns to their villages in droves, deprived of employment, facing an insecure future. A humanitarian crisis on unprecedented scale is unfolding before us, and the value of the MNREGA has never been clearer and more evident. Relief efforts must have been centered around the rebuilding their faith. One immediate step must be to issue them job cards in the program. The panchayats empowered by Rajiv Gandhi path-breaking initiatives must be brought to the center stage, as the MNREGA is not a centralized program. The capacity of the panchayats to manage public works projects must be strengthened, and devolution of funds to the panchayat must be prioritized. So in paper 2, there is one topic called devolution of powers from union to the local level and issues related to devolution of finances also. There is one topic in paper 2. So MNREGA scheme, actually what happens, although the money is allocated by the central government, but actually the working takes place at the panchayat level. So this MNREGA helps in building the infrastructure in the rural areas, strengthening the panchayat, what you can say, the infrastructure, what you can say, creation capacity, and that is what is mentioned here, right? So that is what is the major, what you can say, the appeal of Sonia Gandhi to stop the MNREGA. One of my friend who is a BDO, that is block development officer, today only I got an article that there is an article written by, on him. They saying that he tried to create, what you can say, around more than, what you can say, like more than 10,000 people got job in his, what you can say, taluka, and that has led to increase the income to the people who are living in these areas. So in spite of this crisis, he could able to, what you can say, do these jobs and could, what you can say, give them income as an additional income to, what you can say, the agricultural laborers or landless laborers who were, what you can say, not getting the jobs during this lockdown year. So that is why MNREGA is at the center stage. That is what is mentioned here, that Rajiv Gandhi's path-breaking initiatives must be brought center stage, as the MNREGA is not a centralized program. The capacity of the panchayats, so that is also very, very important topic. So while we'll be discussing the problems at the Panchayati Raj Institute, you can see that the majority of the panchayats in India, they do not have the capacity to create their own infrastructure, their own, what you can say, the buildings, their own, what you can say, the toilets, all these things are there. So with the help of this funding of the MNREGA, the panchayats can manage the public work projects must be strengthened, and devolution of funds to the panchayats must be prioritized. That is what is mentioned here. So you can take this article, put it in paper 2, that is devolution of power from central to what you can say, the panchayat level. And also you can put it in paper 3. There is one more topic called welfare policies or intervention of the government in various sectors and issues related to their design and implementation. So there is one topic in paper 2. So there you can use this article, the important, what you can say, the points which are mentioned here. Okay. Then going to the next article written here, that is about the Delhi Diktat, FIR on hospital for procedural oversight. In testing speaks of a high-handedness that is ill-advised, especially in crisis. So we can see that the Diktat, Delhi government has given an, what you can say, the order that he to file an FIR on hospital for procedural oversight in testing speaks of a high-handedness that is still advised, especially in a crisis. That is what is mentioned here. We just read it out. What's problem in that regarding that issue in the Delhi government? Here there is an article written by Akash Joshi regarding the death of the elephant. We have already discussed about it. So what our constitution talks about, the animal compassion and all these things. So here our reaction speaks of the nature of the animal, the best and the worst instinct of humanity. That is what we mentioned here. So just read it out. If there is any philosophical article or article related to, sorry, essay related to flora and fauna, then you can use that topic. Anyways, here there is one more article written by Venkaiah Naidu. Anyone knows who is Venkaiah Naidu?
Vice President of India.
Yes, checking. चलो कम से कम आपको ये तो पता है, because recently I have asked this question to one of UPSC aspirant. She is very good in all other subjects. She is very good in polity. But when I asked her a question, who is the Vice President of India, she did not know about it. So you should know who is Venkaiah Naidu. So relying on India, the call for self-reliance that we are talking about, that there are a lot of talks and going on regarding the government's, what you can say, the policy of Atmanirbhar. So the call for self-reliance asks for a pragmatic development strategy that would enable the country to capitalize on its inherent strengths. So there are some inherent strengths of India. So we need to capitalize on those, what you can say, inherent strengths as we reboot and reset post COVID-19, right? So what is reboot and reset? All of you know what is rebooting? कहाँ देखा है ये वर्ड rebooting? कहीं सुना है क्या rebooting वर्ड कहीं? Have you ever heard about this word?
Computer.
Mobiles.
Mobile. So when you reboot your mobile, only mobile, or you also reboot your laptops and all
Computer
other
also.
what you can say electronic gadgets?
Yeah, digital gadgets.
All digital
Why you
gadgets.
reboot it? Or when you reboot it?
When something is not working properly, we close it and then again open it so that it might work properly.
Check it. Yeah, when it gets hanged or when it becomes slower, and there are various reasons why it gets slower, like some viruses may come in, or what you can say, maybe some extra data is there, or data is not properly organized. So there are many. I'm not expert of that field, but what I have understood about what you can say, when we normally reboot it, whenever what you can say mobile, or what you can say whenever the laptop gets slower, right? Similarly, our economic growth has also slowed down. There are some inherent problems and there are some inherent strengths, right? So that is why there is a need to reboot our economy. There is a need to reboot and reset our economy. And while doing that, we need to become self-reliant, what you can say. And while becoming the self-reliant, we need to have a pragmatic development strategy. Pragmatic development strategy means what? The strategy which will be practical, the strategy which will be what you can say useful. Because self-reliance doesn't mean that we will completely close our economy. We will not completely stop what I can say importing the material from, right? Because we have seen that many of messages are going on, many what you can say the things are going that we should completely stop the Chinese material, we completely stop what you can say the imports, right? That is not going to happen. So we need to what you can say become self-reliant by having a pragmatic development strategy that would enable the country to capitalize on its inherent strengths, and as we reboot and reset the post COVID-19 what you can say economy. That is what is mentioned by Venkaiah Naidu. Venkaiah Naidu is a Vice President of India, as well as also the ex-officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. Anyways, the new Atmanirbhar Bharat mission provides an opportunity to gradually reduce imports in every sector. If we can convert our demographic advantage, can anybody tell me what is this meaning of demographic advantage? That India is in a demographic advantage stage now. So what is the meaning of that demographic advantage? Quickly, fast. We have only 9 minutes left. Can anybody tell me quickly what is that demographic advantage? There is one more word used here that is called as demographic dividend. That we can convert our demographic advantage into demographic dividend means what? That we can see that in India, demography means the study of population actually. So Indian demography, we can say that we have one of the youngest population in the world. Like we have the highest population in the world, which is in the range from 16 to what you can say 40, right? So the younger population is there. That is what is called as demographic advantage. So since India is in the second stage of the economic what you can say development, as I have discussed in the what you can say in the first class, that one of the important strengths of the India is that India is having one of what you can say the working population, or in the sense that we can say the younger population is there. So to convert that demographic advantage into demographic dividend by providing high quality technical and vocational training to our youth, right? That I said कि हम now it depends upon depends upon us कि ये जो demographic dividend है, so whether we should send these people to work on the unskilled worker, or we should what we can say create them an opportunity in the skilled jobs, right? So providing high quality technical and vocational training in our youth, if we can further simplify procedure for setting up and running businesses, if we can focus strategically on the critical bottlenecks means what? The hindrances, or you can say the what you can say impediments into the business, so that are constructing rapid growth, and find solution to what you can say overcome them. If we can foster research and innovation, the mission we are embarking on will be able to achieve its transformative potential. So that is what is mentioned here about the Atmanirbhar Bharat, that what India is actually looking for when we are saying about that Atmanirbhar what you can say the mission. So you have to make an headline called Atmanirbhar Bharat. So under that Atmanirbhar Bharat, you can take the various arguments, like in opposite to the Atmanirbhar what you can say the Bharat, and also in support of the Atmanirbhar Bharat. So because an example, you need to know both the sides, and as per the demand of the question, you have to write the answer. So you need to have the content with you. So you can take the content from both supported side and also from the negative side. Okay? Okay. Now going to the next article. Right side, there is one more article. Let me check it out. What is
So
yes. There is one article of Ashok Gulati. Yes.
So what is it?
Yes, Smriti.
So what is the meaning of demographic dividend?
Demographic dividend means, as I told you, actually it takes like 10 to 15 minutes to explain what is demographic dividend, but I'll explain you in short. Demographic dividend means what? यानी अभी इंडिया में 16 से 60 साल के उम्र के जो लोग हैं वो सब बहुत ज्यादा है. पूरी दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा जो अगर कोई पॉपुलेशन है इंडिया में between 60 that is 69 60 is in India. So if we do not give this population, or you can say the proper skill, education, vocational training, then we can use it, we can benefit out of it, right? Because since India is having one of what you can say that the one of the high birth rate and low death rate, that the young age population is high in India. So whenever a country is having such population demographic structure where that the population 16 to 60 is what you can say high, then it is called as demographic dividend. Dividend means we are going to get the benefits of having such population structure. Got it? If you go to the countries like Japan or USA, they are having the population which has a very aged population. Their maximum population is more than 70, 60 years old. So they are not working population, or they are not in a position to work. But India is having that working population. So, but if we do not give them a proper skill and job, then obviously that same demographic dividend can become a demographic burden. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Got it? What is demographic dividend? Demographic dividend means
Yes, sir.
Demographic dividend means a situation where country's population is the maximum population or the maximum portion of the population is young population. So that situation is called as demographic dividend. So India is currently going through that phase. That is called as demographic dividend phase. Maybe after a few years, we may be having high aged population and what you can say the low working, or you can say the working population. Got it? Anyways,
Yes, sir.
right side there is one topic called there is article written by Ashok Gulati. As always say that you need to see the articles written by Ashok Gulati, especially the paper 3 topic is that. So from farm subsidies to cash transfer. So in paper 3 there is one topic called direct and indirect, or you can say subsidies, direct and indirect farm subsidies to the farmers. So whether we should give subsidies to the farmers or we directly do the transfer to the cash transfer in the farmer's account. That is what is the issue discussed here. It could help to get closer to doubling farmers' income by 2023. That is what is that we can say that one of the important objective is currently in front of the government is doubling the farmers' income. So as per Ashok Gulati, that rather than giving subsidies to the farmer, if you do a direct cash transfer, it could help the government to get closer to doubling the farmer income by 2023. So what is that subsidy issue? What is that how the direct transfer or the cash transfer could help in increasing the what you can say the incomes of the farmer? That is what I mentioned here. You can cut this article and put it in paper 3. That is called issues related to direct and indirect farm subsidies. Okay. We will discuss about it in detail while we will be doing the paper 3, but you just cut the article and put it in paper 3. Reimagining the city, article written by Raju Kumar and Srijan Pal Singh. Pandemic offers chance to pursue an alternative model of urbanization. So paper 1, there is one topic called urbanization and issues related to urbanization and their remedies. In paper 1, there is one topic called urbanization, issues related to urbanization and the remedies. So there you can put this article. So pandemic offers a chance to pursue an alternate model of urbanization. Urbanization means what? We all know what is urbanization. So you cut this article and put it in paper 1. While I'll be discussing the urbanization and issues of urbanization and also the remedies related to urbanization, then you can read this article. But put this article in paper 1, topic urbanization and their remedies. Let's go to the economic page. We have only 2 minutes left. Let's try to see if there is any important news in the economics. If it is, then we'll continue. If it is not, then we'll finish it off. Okay. So FPIs, that is foreign portfolio investment, 20,814 crore in equities in a week. So a lot of FPIs coming to India. Pull out rupees 2.2 crore from debt segment. So net investment by overseas investment between June 1 and 5 at 18. So that is what is mentioned here. All of you know that FPIs helps in increasing the foreign exchange reserve of India. So foreign portfolio investment also we have discussed in the basics. If no one has this, what you can say, knows about the FPIs, we will discuss about it later on. So there is one more article with the CIA President Uday Kotak. He said that Last thing, because we have seen that in this sector there are continuously interviews of the what you can say the businessmen. So last thing, we can't we want at the time of the health crisis is to do something that creates financial crisis. Okay. So Uday Kotak, maybe he is a managing director of the Kotak Mahindra Bank. So obviously he's talking about the banking sector in India. Okay. Direct taxes, financial year gross direct tax mop-up falls 4.92%. Direct tax collection has been reduced by 4.92%, and corporate tax has also been reduced. We have already discussed about the corporate tax, direct tax, indirect tax in the basics of economy. If anyone has not completed the basics of economy, we will discuss about it later on. But those who have finished with the basics of economy, you can read this article. Check it. So this is all about the today's what you can say the newspaper. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. 1 minute is left. We'll try to discuss this within 1 minute, or you can message me in the WhatsApp. I will reply. I try to reply your queries, or we can discuss it in tomorrow's class. So you read all this article, whatever article I have asked you to read it today. You read this article. After reading the article, if you have any doubts, you can ask me tomorrow. Fine? Shall we stop?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I am trying to say is that I am not going to read the news. I am just telling you which news to be read, and you need to read that linking with which syllabus or which topic of the syllabus. Paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. So that is very important. Linking with the syllabus is very important aspect. That is what I am trying to tell you. So if you what you can say get that understanding, then it will be very useful for you to what you can say to understand how to read the newspaper, and make your own notes. That is very important.